when you look in your reflection, like what about yourself scares you?
Poor. I would think a good example of this is during the incredibly intense few months from June when we signed the lease here until November when we actually opened. There was an absolute avalanche of work that needed to be done from the point of view of turning this from a chicken shop into what looks like a pub that's been here for a while. And the intensity of the dealings with the builders, the contractors, the suppliers, the staff, the setup, the purchasing of equipment and furniture and all of that stuff really became a whirlwind. It was incredibly intense. Charlie, Ashley and I worked, a lot of 18-hour days in an environment that I'm not absolutely used to, because it involved being on a computer and talking to people on the phone and dealing with contractors and timelines and schedules and cash and all of those things. And I found that incredibly stressful and intense on the basis that it was such a huge investment and there was so much involved in making it a success. And I realised close to the time we were opening that I wasn't able to tell the difference between being excited and shitting myself. So there was this kind of mad, intense, emotional feeling happening where I wasn't sure what the signals coming back to me were, because I was so in it. And that was kind of a learning for me that they do actually feel quite similar.
Excitement and nerves are the same thing.
Yeah.
I say that to myself from doing this because I get nervous before I do podcasts.
Really?
I always do, yeah.
You certainly don't seem nervous to me.
No, I do. Even today on the way up, I was, I just always shit myself a little bit. But,
oh my goodness!
But I believe it's a good thing.
Oh, definitely.
I think it adds what I've come to, because I've done like talks in front of a couple of hundred people, and I was like, I'm actually like fucking shit myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after I've done them a couple of times, I'm like, it just sharpens the saw.
Yeah.
Like those nerves add a certain like gravitas to things that
well, I remember the last couple of weeks in October, because we had planned to open mid-October, and of course these things always slip a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
And that last couple of weeks, and you just do the calculations about how much money is going out compared to what should be coming in, and you look at the numbers and you absolutely go, oh Jesus, and that last sort of headlong 15-20 days from the point of view we thought, listen, we've got to get this open, to actually getting it open. And there's some really lovely photos on the wall in the green room that were taken by Mike Taylor, which kind of punctuates that for me. And I quite often look at those days and I go, oh my God, that front bar didn't even have a bar in it 2 days before we opened. It looked like the worst disaster that had happened. And to get through that and have it done and get the carpentry finished and French polished and open and get the beer flowing was just an incredible time.
How do you surf the chaos of like the sweet? I almost imagine like a wave of shitting yourself versus excitement.
Yeah.
It's like a wave of chaos, and that relates to me massively. How did you? Because I'm asking this selfishly. Like, how do you like stay above the water? Not stay above the water, but stay not calm, but like keep. Do you know what I mean? If in that,
honestly, I do think while the plan and the timeline was there in front of me, I always thought about the moment that I was in and trying to get the shit done that needs to be done right now. And I'm quite good at getting things done quickly and right now. And I felt like I couldn't think forward for a lot of that time. It was all about right now. I've got to do this list of things that needs to be done right now. And I want it done before the end of the day today. And if it's not done before the end of the day today, it needs to be done tomorrow first thing. And rather than having goals and action plans, which fuck that, by the way, I just had a list of things to fucking sort out.
Yes.
And even if they weren't done to the standard I wanted them to, I wanted to be able to get to a point where they were done and I could move on to the next thing. And that was how I got through it.
Yeah, it's almost being in the moment. What did it feel like when you on the day you open? You've had this huge amount of work between the three of you lads.
God, it was.
What's the feeling in your soul?
There was one particular moment where we got the beers on, and the beers were delivered, and we tested the Guinness, and I think it was only me, Ash, Charlie, Ross, Sam, and Mike the photographer were the only ones here. It was probably a Tuesday evening, and I pushed it and rushed it and wanted to get to that fucking point where a pint of Guinness would come into a glass, and somehow we managed it. And the technical push that we had to get that done was immeasurably intense. Like, I don't know how the technicians managed it, how the builders managed it, how we managed it, but we managed to pour a few pints. And the very first one I was really fucking happy with. And we knew we'd nailed it. And I just went and I said, look, I'm just going to sit in the fucking corner. And I sat in the corner.
Yes.
And it was pretty emotional.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And Mike actually took a photo. It's over there. But that, for me, was
was
big moment.